Have you ever been to jail before? 6 words. I beat a one and only double man, and this is Boxed Life, the prison YouTube channel that's going to teach you how to live in the system, survive, and thrive. Not only that, we're going to feature prison cooking, where I know how to cook a lot of things that a lot of these other prison YouTubes don't know how to do. And it's no disrespect to them, but I feel as if everybody in prison cooks differently. So everybody does things differently. And I would love for y'all to see my recipes. Some things that I'm going to feature are how to make potato chips in the microwave. I'm going to teach you how to light a joint without a lighter. And I'm also going to teach you what we're doing today, how to make alcohol with only the things that you have in jail. Now, what you're going to need for this exercise is 2 buckets. I prefer a 5-gallon bucket and another little bucket like this one, but we're going to have to make do with what we have. 2 county jail garbage bags. 2. Gotta have 2. Sugar, a whole lot of sugar, and a form of yeast. Now, you start by making sure you have 2 bags. That's first. Now, what I do personally, and I was taught this by an OG, you first open the bag, and this is a special trick that I learned over trial and error, and an older inmate teaching me this, but a lot of trial and error, but so much trial and error. This fucking bag was just open for me. There we go. Thank God. Finally. It's good to have them both opened up, because that's like part of the hardest part of having the fucking thing opened. And then this one's gonna be easy, I hope. Easier, at least. Now, the trick I was trying to tell you is, have both the bags open, yes. Make sure you take the bottom of this bag and do like so. You nodded it. There you go. Now, open this bag, and it's going to look like this. You do this the same. Not both sides of the bag. Why? Because alcohol looks for the weak point of the bag and pops it. That's what alcohol wants to do. It wants to pop the bag. And then you don't get your Pruno. You know, let's say, now you take the bag and put it inside of the other one. So now it's 2 bags. And again, this could wait. You can move this one and leave it over here for now. I almost forgot the key ingredient of this. Of course, is orange juice. You have to have orange juice. If not orange juice, you could have apple juice. The apple works as well. And I grew up in Erie County. I'm from Buffalo. Open the orange juice, of course. In Erie County, we get apple juice on the tray in the morning. So that's what a lot of us, if you're from Erie County, that's what you're used to doing. Now, you're gonna want to take the bag, put it in the bucket like so. Now it's ready. Now, let's start with the orange juice. Put the orange juice in it first. I'm only putting that much in for right now. I'll come back and drink more of this at a different time. I'll feed it again. Now we're done with the orange juice. So now you got it sitting like so, and then you come with the sugar. Now you buy the sugar off a commissary. You get little packets. I have some. In the next episode, I'll show you the packets. Or no, in this episode, just later. In this episode, I'll show you the packets from the county jail, right out of my big ass commissary bag. Come through looking like Santa Claus. Surprised I don't got 2 big sacks. Anyway, I got sugar in there. I'll show you the sugar later in the video. Now, what I do is usually where the orange juice comes from, well, always, but usually, depending on which vendor the county's going through at the time, usually comes in this with a metal top. And 50 sugars fits in this up to the top. Now, just for the hell of it, I'm going to measure it out that way. That's how I'm used to it. It's 50 sugars. And see what it'll look like. Yeah, we're going to have 50 more sugars. Let's add another 50 sugars to that. Now, we're going to keep the sugar around, but for right now, we'll put the sugar away. So, you added all these things. Now, personally, if I were in lockup, I take an apple. A lot of people use bread, but I don't like the bread in it and shit. I'm above that level. So I take an apple, and I don't have an apple to demonstrate, but the core of the apple and the bottom, around that, wild yeast grows. Also, an orange. Only the top and the bottom of the apple. So I cut it, the top and the bottom. I throw the middle out. The orange, you peel the orange, you eat the orange. The inside of these orange peels, wild yeast grows on them. Now, like I said, in my county, Niagara County, where I just did a bid, in my county, they don't have yeast in the kitchen no more. I just came from Pod 4, which is the honor dorm. It's the kitchen block. In Erie County, we call it the kitchen block. Anyway, they, in the kitchen block, they got, that's where the mess hall, everybody works at the mess hall, brings things up, but they'll search them and they'll make them, sometimes they'll even strip search them, but coming back from the kitchen, so a lot of the times they'll bag up whatever you want and they'll put it in the juice and then fill up the juice jug and then send that up, and at dinner time or lunch, you open that shit up and they take it out, and the cop can't see you. My man did it with the sergeant right there, the cop and the sergeant. He opened it up, took the shit out of the contraband out of the juice bag, and put it to the side. Put a shirt over it, took it back up to his cell. He was a runner. Anyway, there was like no juice in it. It was big blocks of cheese, 8 big blocks of cheese from the fucking kitchen, real American cheese, which we really get no real cheese, so that was pretty crazy. People had it. That's what happens when you live with the people at the kitchen. So no bread, can't get yeast. What do we have? Every other week we have pizza week, and on pizza week the kitchen obviously makes the pizza just like they make every other lunch tray. So only lunch is hot. Now dinner is cold. It comes in the form of a sandwich in a bag. I got pictures. I'll put one up. Anyway, so the pizza, it's pre-cut yeast. So I get a finger full of yeast from the kitchen. Now when you add this, you know what? Fuck it. Let's put the whole thing in there. No point in half-assing it. So now, this is what it looks like. That's all we need, 3 things. So now, I'll take the bag like it is. Now this bag is cold to the touch. What we're going to do is we're all do a little bag like this. See how I got the knot in it? So the weak point's up here. Smart, man. Take this. Tie up your bag. I got it. Now, where the second bag comes in handy. You need the second bag because the first one could always just pop. Take the knot and put the knotted end down. Put this bag right inside of this one. Tie this one as well. Make sure you get all the air out of the bag. So for the sake of this video and this video only, I'm going to take my snake. I keep this on the bottom of my door. My door comes up to here perfectly. When you smoke, you usually do shit like that because it throws some, you think it throws some shade on you smoking. So I take the toilet hose apart off of my county issued towel. This towel, by the way, comes in your setup, and I'll be showing you the setup and everything about that pretty soon too. County jail, county issued. Now, take your other bucket, your second bucket. Me personally, I like to come to the slop sink. There's a slop sink behind every CO. Get the hot water out. Now, at this point, I take the 5-gallon bucket that is in my cell, and I leave it up there, and I get another 5-gallon bucket, and I fill it up with hot water. So, make sure you fill it up with steaming hot water. Now, I take that, and I bring that up to my cell, and I empty out my bucket, and then I fill my bucket up with this new hot water, and then I bring the other bucket back and leave it behind the slop sink behind the CO where I just did this. Fill fill it up about that much. So next, as I was just telling you downstairs, get your bucket from the side of your toilet, where you keep it. Pull your bag up out of there. Fill it up with hot water. I have to show you a little special thing that I do. I take and I twist the I twist this to twist it around, and then put it like that, twist it, and I take this side, twist it, and put it up to the wall. That way, it's easier concealed, and it'll twist around a couple times so that you're able to catch it before it blows up, so that you could burp it. Next, I put my county issue towel over it. You tuck that away wherever you feel necessary. Usually, like I said, next to the toilet. Now, right here, as you can see, there's nothing. I call it my little friend. A head will pop up, like someone's looking out of the bucket. You'll see. Next thing you know, it's gonna look like someone's peeking out of there. Now, it is currently December 23rd at 3:20 in the morning. My shit's so good and so fast, I'll be drinking that by Christmas. You'll see. By the way, don't ever get sloppy and forget to take the other bucket, usually I would dump this in my toilet, but don't ever forget to dump this out and leave it back by the slop sink. Always put it back. We'll be back for it in about 9 or 10 hours. I usually only go into my bag and fiddle with it at night. And if I'm going to be allowing if I'm filling it up with hot water, I would do that in jail 5 to 6 times a day or every 45 minutes because it's cold in the cell. So I'd be continuing to go get hot water throughout the day. And I would fill it up in the slop sink right behind the cop, another bucket, bring it upstairs, and then dump my bucket of cold water in my toilet and flush it. And then I would be dumping this bucket of hot water in my bucket and then bringing the other bucket back so they didn't notice that I stole a 5-gallon bucket and had it chilling on the side of my toilet. This whole burping process is a process. So I'm gonna do this in front of you here. I could smell it already. It's already cooking. It's only been a few hours, and look at this. Look at that. The burping, yeah, it makes, having this stuff makes your cells smell like alcohol, so I would be cleaning my cell every day, including squeegeeing the floors, which is pretty big. We'll add more orange juice to it tonight. Let's see what this is looking like. Now, it doesn't appear to be any different. You see the little bubbles in there. Well, you see how much it bubbles soon. So then, you tie your bags up again. Let the air out. Like I said, I will be drinking this the day after tomorrow on Christmas. It will be done by then. For sure. I will be throwing some smell good, as we call it, up in here so that it's not to attract attention from the facility. Remember to twist it before bring it over the edge like that so that it's got room to twist. Then simply put your towel back over it. The towel keeps the steam in there too. As you can see, our little friend's head has gone down. He'll be peeking again. Also, I can't advertise enough not to forget to go put your second bucket back at the slop sink and don't get sloppy, as we call it. Always try to make things look like they looked like before you got here. That way people don't realize that you're messing with shit. We'll come back and check this out in a couple hours. By the way, on the streets, what do I mean by throw up some smell good? I mean, I would spray a whole bottle of cleaner, the green cleaner with the MRSA, which is red. I'd mix it and I'd put it all over my floor and I would squeegee the floor. Some people squeegee their walls, and when they're smoking and you get the hit Katie and get the they comings and you think that they coming, take your deodorant and put it on the vent so it smells like people are smoking incense in there on the street. All you gotta do is aren't things so much easier on the streets? I mean, really, aren't things just so much easier on the streets? So now that I threw up some smell good, I'm giving you less of an opportunity to come into my cell. Also, if you keep your cell clean all the time, if you keep yourself clean, corrections usually has no reason in coming into your cell if your cell's clean, unless you're Ronnie fucking Chase. Now, I was going to add this. I found this, so I was going to add it to our mixture. As you can see, it's already starting to turn like a brownish color. When it starts changing color, it means it's already turning into alcohol by itself. So really, let's see what this is looking like. Not quite, but getting there. We add more orange juice, we're going to have to add more sugar. These are the rules. Where's my little sugar cup? I had about 50 sugars, as I said last time. This filled up as 50 sugars. That right there is exactly 50 sugars. It is still the 23rd, and it is approximately 3:28. So we started this project about 12 hours ago. Let's see what we're looking like here. Water could get a change. I'm going to change the water. I might not change the water again. I might change it maybe one more time tonight. should remember, this bucket is only to hold it for a second while you're transporting water. Smells like alcohol already. It's only been 12 hours. Always remember, it takes about 3 trips to do this, and don't be sloppy. When you get sloppy, it's when you get caught. Remember to clean your cell every day if you're holding down a batch. Always remember just about how much to fill it. You want that water steaming hot. So now we got our steaming hot water. We're gonna end up putting this back in there, but for now, add that shit. See what we're looking like too. Smells kind of sweet, but you can see that it's starting to cook. Little bubbles here and there. Now it starts really bubbling. So now I add the sugar that I was going to add. And hear it? Look at that. That's what it needed was sugar. See what it's doing now? Kick-started the cook. That's what it needed was that sugar. Add this to make more. I'll be handing out in little bottles like this, little Tropicana bottles. Wow. Cooking. Call that cooking because of the bubbles. It smells like straight up booze. It's only 12 hours old. Man, I'm good. Man, I'm good. Listen to it. So, I'll take it. I'll do this one. Always mix that puppy up. Now, you see some water in the bottom. That doesn't mean that the bag is leaking. I promise you that the bag is actually not leaking. Because, don't forget, you gotta take this in and out of hot water all the time. Don't ever forget to drain the air. Don't forget to do your loop. Take your second bag, do your loop. what it's going to look like. Then, take this, twist it. Put it right into the hot water. Jumpstart the. Now, don't get me wrong. When the cooking process is jump started, you won't need to cook it as much. At a certain point, remember our little friend. He'll be back. Don't forget to go put the bucket back so you don't get caught. That's pretty big. Put the bucket back. It's only 12 hours old. It's already starting to be getting to its potential. That's what's up. 12 hours old and already turning into alcohol. And good alcohol at that. I will change the water one more time today, but that's all it's going to need. And maybe 1-2 times tomorrow. But then, I think we'll be done. Cooking, that is, with water. Oh yeah. Don't forget the smell good. Anytime you pull it out, throw some smell good on that. People are gonna know. So it is now 8:34 on the same day, December 23rd. As you can see, the sugar's gone. It fell just shy of a whole cup, so that's another 50. By the way, I changed the bucket just now. I put more hot water in it, so it's the third time. The reason I'm doing this is because this reeks of alcohol. It is alcohol. So I'm gonna do this. Look at that. Let me go get more. We're gonna put the rest of that in there. Put the rest of that right in there. The reason I just did all this is because it was already 3rd-degree creeper. Look at the cooking. Yeah. Wait till tomorrow. That's what's up. Forget it. Hide it again. Somewhere where no one could see it. That's how you do that. You see, our little friend ain't nowhere to be found yet. Our little friend ain't around yet, but soon he will be. See that head peeking out. Don't forget to always get rid of the evidence. Always. Throw some fucking smell good on it.